Hi, my name's Laura Shaw and I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease last year. My story for Crohn's disease goes back many years. When I was a teenager, I used to be out with my friends. I think I was the last generation to do so. And it didn't matter where we were, all of a sudden I'd need the toilet. And I'd need it then. And myself and my friend used to run back as quick as we could to my house or her house, whichever was closer. I went to the doctors, but I was just told to have a high fibre diet. So I did. Anyway, the years elapsed and this carried on happening. Every now and again, I just need to go to the toilet really quickly for a period of time, then it'd go away. And then last year, it started happening again. And I was down Bulwell Hall when I was playing Pokemon Go. I got to level 40 in 6 months. I love Pokemon Go. And it's literally 10 minutes away from where I live. And my tummy started churning. And I legged it home as fast as I could, in crippling pain, just moving as quick as I could. I got to my front door. My son thought it'd be funny to not let me in, as they do. And so I pooed myself. I was 36. It's not the first time, but it is the first time in a very long time. And then I went on holiday. And when you're at home and you need the toilet, you run to the toilet. You don't think twice about it. But all this week on holiday, I had to keep running and running and running. And because I wasn't at home, and because I had to literally find a toilet, it was like, this isn't normal. My mum said that something was wrong, and so did my son. So it's all right, it doesn't matter. I'll go to the doctors, it'll be fine. And so she ordered a poo sample and my ovaries to be checked. So I did my poo sample, and then the days went on, and I got my results back. And they found inflammation, they found blood, and so I had to go for a colonoscopy. I was told in a phone call from the hospital that my colonoscopy would determine if I had Crohn's, colitis or cancer. So my mum came, my partner came, and I had the colonoscopy. But the doctor that was doing the colonoscopy didn't put all the stuff in properly because it was coming out and he was busy talking to someone else. And I kept telling him, that's not going in. It's not working. It'll be all right, it'll be all right. It wasn't all right because it was all coming out and it was going all over his hand and I felt it. And I was crying, I was sobbing, I was screaming because it hurt a lot. And anyway, he got where he needed to go and he saw ulceration on my terminal ileum. And so he wrote Crohn's on a piece of paper, sent me on my way. From that, I eventually got a consultant appointment, who, to be fair, I don't think I was even in there 5 minutes. I was literally in. She didn't really want to know, to be quite honest. But I did leave there with some mercaptopurine tablets. I can't pronounce that, so if I got it wrong, I'm sorry. So I left there with them, and I felt like she just didn't want to know. So I got an appointment for an IBD nurse, and I must have been in there for 45 minutes asking her all my questions, and now I felt like I was being listened to. So I started on half a dose of mercaptopurine, and then I went on to a full dose, and it didn't agree with me. And I had a day coming up to Christmas where I was absolutely screaming in pain. It was Christmas Eve. I was screaming and crying and sobbing, and it turned out that mercaptopurine isn't for me. And so I was put on Pred. Previous to that, I'd been on budesonide. I can't pronounce that either, but it's a gentler steroid. But I was put on Pred for 2 weeks, and then I went back to see my consultant, who then put me back on Budeside, and I'm now on infliximab injections every 8 weeks. And I haven't really looked back since, to be fair. I mean, the pain. I've had 2 kids. I've had one emergency section, 1 planned section, but I had 22 hours of labour with my first, and the pain is worse than labour. How's that possible? Can't tell you, but it is. And it doesn't finish there. after you feel like you've been kicked by a horse and you just lie there with your stomach screaming at you because it's in pain. But now, I mean, I've read all sorts that, you know, try this and try that. And the IBD Superheroes is a group that I'm on Facebook, and it is a lot better than the official Crohn's and colitis one, because that is just full of people that are just not nice. But IBD Superheroes is awesome, and that's the only group I'm in. And people were suggesting things, and so I decided to try gluten-free and lacto-free. And with my hand on my heart, since I've gone lacto-free and gluten-free, I haven't looked back. I now have a semi-normal life. Because Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disease, it's caused me to get fibromyalgia, which is another autoimmune disease. But apparently, once you get one autoimmune disease, it's quite common to get one or two more. But I won't go into fibro because that's not what this is about. But it's been amazing. The change has been amazing. I still have issues. I still have to run. I've got a commode downstairs for when the toilet is busy and I've really got to go, or I just can't make it upstairs. 2 years ago, my life was very different. Today, I have a new life. But if I end up with a bag, I don't care, because I've got 2 boys and I've got a family that love me. I've got a partner that still married me and stayed with me. What more can you ask for? What more can you want? And that's pretty much a Cliff Notes version of my Crohn's journey so far. I can't go any longer because I was told 5 and I'm nearly at 7. So anyway, I hope you're all okay, and I'm gonna go. Bye.